Sure, guys. So I'll be today. I'll be listening to tracks you guys actually sent to me. Because remember, some time ago, I just put out this video saying I'll be giving you guys my feedback and telling you what I think about the tunes I'll be listening to today. So yeah, a few of you guys managed to send, and that's actually a good thing from my side because I won't be listening to as much tracks as possible. So today, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 tracks that I got, and I've managed to download. So I'm thinking maybe some of you have sent tracks that I won't be reviewing. That actually means I haven't actually got them by the time I'm making this video. So yeah, askis. So I'll be checking this few and giving you tips on what you should have done, where and when and how. So yeah, something like that. So yeah, let's get into it now. So I'm gonna start with the rhythms. Kiamarata Ngwano. So I'm just going to be putting these tracks here so that I can actually see the structure and be able to analyze something and yeah, let you know. So this is the track. Let's give it a listen.
Hela malume, ngwana yo ka morata, ke batla go mo nyala ga ke raloke wa nthabisa yo. Ragadi, yeah. Ita ragadi, tete ngwano magadi, ke sana nako ya dipapadi. This better be a party, it's gonna be a marriage. I'm no pet.
Okay. I'm just gonna pause it right there. So if you check this part here, the track, it's quite good, I'd say, but the reason why I'm saying it's good is the vocals, because I think the vocals are actually top quality vocals. But the beat, I'm not so sure about the beat. The intro is not the type of drums used, and they really don't match well together, like the percussions. And this part sort of lost me a bit. I think it's here. Yeah, those vocals are actually too much. Big ups on the vocals, guys. I think that's great work. Yeah, and the bass, that bass,
this better be a party, it's gonna be a...
Yeah, this is the part I was actually talking about. See here, they actually switched off the strings that was at the background, and it's a bit unpredictable. Yes, maybe it was a good shock, but I just felt lost at that moment because there was no kind of build up to it, if I make any sense.
Rich, I'm not playing anymore. Gamurata wano, gamurata wano, gamurata wano.
You see, this part is actually a crude part because the vocals are doubled at this point, which means the track should have been a bit elevating at that part, maybe change the key or maybe add a few other elements on the song or just do something to sort of work with your vocal. Now you're just like letting the vocal do its thing and you're actually doing it your thing, so that the vocal and the track don't complement each other.
Gamurata wano, gamurata wano, gamurata wano. It's a mahadi, it's a moshakano, le malunga wano. Zedi khona khamdi khonere, ose balaba le kachelete kapadi khomu. Ke tla bona se ke tswang ka sona ke nna mona. I'm in love with this girl, I'm in love with this girl.
Yeah, I think the track is it's a good one because of actually those vocals. Yeah, I think those vocals play a huge role in this one. So if they were not there, you'd actually get to listen. You actually understand what I mean when I say the drums. The drums are just monotonous. Nothing. There are no variations on those drums. Nothing much happens on those drums. They're just letting the vocal like. The vocal is very. It's good, but it's let down by these drums. So I'm just gonna quickly browse through the whole track and yeah, move on to the next one.
Gamurata wano, gamurata wano, gamurata wano.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm done with that one. So overall, out of 10, I'm gonna give this one a 5 because of the vocals. If the vocals were not there, guys, I have to be honest, or maybe I was gonna give it a 4 or a 3, but the vocals played a huge role in this track. So the rhythms, guys, TZN, I'm not sure, maybe that means Zanin or something. Just be sure to work on your drums. The vocals, I think maybe you focus too much on the vocals, but the vocals are actually top quality. Damish, I'm starting from the bottom to the top. Started from the bottom now. Damish the Swamp. Okay, Ishaskis. Alright. Let's go. As you can see, the structure, just a simple one bridge, and yeah, song structure is something we'll have to also discuss at some point. But for now, let's get into this one. Okay. Oh, nice. Yes. I love that thing. I don't know why. Yes. Yes. effects there. Okay, dope effects, those are dope effects. Okay, I'm gonna pause there. I think this one is actually good. Damish, definitely the effects you used them well. They're dope. But what I want to touch on was this part of the track here. Okay, let's listen to this part of the track. You can hear it's a great intro. Yeah, dope intro. But now let's listen to this part. It's in the middle. Let's listen to this part. I don't know if you get me, but you should take your track should have a bit more variation, especially on this part right here, because there's a lot of bars. Because the track here from this point to this point, it sounds exactly the same, with those few effects that maybe will catch someone's ear, but the track does sound exactly the same at that point. So I'm guessing it's gonna sound exactly the same even here. Okay, let's just listen to this part. We haven't listened to this one. As you can hear, it's exactly the same thing, but you just went from a bridge. So what I would have done at this point, let's say okay, let me say at this point right here, you should have just maybe removed most of the elements of the song, like most of your drums and your sound. Just remove them for that part and keep your kick and keep your clap and maybe the head, or no, just leave the head. Just keep a few stuff, because what we're trying to do here is at this part, you're transitioning from this point here towards the bridge. So the bridge is obviously down tempo. Most of the elements are not there. You see, there's nothing there. There are no drums, just a few sounds. So you just remove a few sounds when you probably going towards the bridge. That's one idea you could have done. Or else but you should have done something at this point, because I think right here now I was starting to get bored, because I liked the track from this point, from the intro to here. I just loved the track then, but it was just starting to sound the same all over and all over again. So yeah, this is the part that let me down, and we've heard already that this part sound exactly like this other part here. So yeah, there was not much done after the dope intro. The drums and stuff, yeah, they're actually dope composition, and I love the pad. And I'm also thinking I was gonna change some. Let me. Okay, let me just listen to this other. Yeah, maybe at this point, maybe should have introduced a melody, even if it's not going to play throughout, because I know this kind of tracks, the deep sort of chilled vibes, maybe nothing much always happens in those kind of tunes, but just do something after every 16 bars, if I make any sense. We're just trying to stray away from this thing of it sounding the same throughout. Yeah. So this one, I'm gonna give it a 6. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I think it's dope because of the composition and that intro. I actually love the intro a lot, and the effects. The effects are one of the most important things of this particular tune. Okay, thank you. Let's get into another one. Let me just see. Style is deep. Enchanted Lily. Gravel tones, ritual dub. Okay, so this one is by Gravel Tone. Mr. is Steven Gravel Tone, the same person. You guys are yeah, there. Anyways, let's get into this one. Okay, this one, this one's dope, very dope. Dope. So on this one, Style is deeper. I'm not gonna specify because there's a lot of things that I actually liked about this tune. So I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just going to talk about the things that maybe you shouldn't have done, or maybe you should try to do. So the first thing here is I think it's the reverse crash or something. Okay, it's not there. Let's try this one. You just said that's too loud, bruh. That's too loud. I think these are actually top quality headphones. They're not even mine, so I borrowed them. So yeah, maybe I think I had this problem also. It's because of your feedback system, whatever you're using to listen to the tracks when you're actually producing them. Maybe one of the problems. Maybe let's say if you use headphones, then your headphones, the high frequencies are not that much expressed on those headphones, so you don't really get to hear that the higher frequencies are that loud. So maybe they sound normal because throughout the whole tune, most of the high frequencies are just too much, and the tune is just a bit too loud for me. I don't know if maybe it's right because these days people make loud tracks when they're actually mixing and mastering them, but this one sounded a bit too loud. And another thing was the kick. I think that this kick, there's this first one which is automated. It's not, maybe this one. Okay, let me just play this one. I think that kick doesn't sound, I can actually hear it, but I can just hear it a bit. So what I'm actually thinking, maybe that's the main purpose of the kick itself, actually, not for it to hit through the mix. Just something that that keeps the whole groove of the track, the whole tempo going. Yeah, maybe I'm not sure about why you did that. So I'm just and the main kick here, I think you introduced it a bit later on. Yeah, I think the problem here is with the mixing. The kick doesn't actually have space, and you should try to EQ it from your lower frequencies, because the whole track sounds loud, but the kick, it's dying within the whole mix. So the kick guys should actually cut through the whole mix, the whole track. Once the kick hits, it must be audible enough for me to hear this is the kick. So this one, it just had that higher frequency of the kick and not the air that you actually can feel on your chest when you're listening to the kick. So maybe it doesn't have a lot of bass frequencies, or it's, I think EQing it would work. Yeah, definitely those high frequencies, you should check them out, because they're a bit too much. So what I do, let me just try something if it would work. I did a bit of EQing for the whole track, and it's starting to sound better now, because I just turned down the high frequencies a little bit, not that much, because I don't want to ruin the track, but I can already hear the difference. Yeah, this one I said I'm gonna give this one a 7. I don't know if I'm gonna give this one a 7. Yeah, just because of those few things, but the overall composition and the whole concept of the track are too dope for me. I think that's very good, bruh. Big ups. This one is a dope track, and I love this intro, man. Ah, damn. Yo. Yes. Okay, guys, let's move on.